Greetings and welcome to Energize You TV, Season 6, Episode number 30. So happy that you're here with me. I'm Angel Marie, your angel of light. Are you choosing between logic and intuition when your true power comes from aligning them? Ooh, right? Science tells us that the heart's electromagnetic field is 5 times greater, stronger than the brain's, and it's measurable. This field influences not just the body, but every interaction you have. Step into that and really start to look at. I know you're leaning in because when you're leaning in right now, today we're doing AI and EI, a divine partnership. And we're going to talk about that and how it comes together and how you can bring the bridge between both of them. And I know you're like, oh, I want to do this. This is good. So every week we take from the Ignite book, raise your energy in 30 seconds or less naturally. So you shine with more energy, joy, and abundance. Get your copy. Come along with us. Let me sign it. I love this. And the theme today is partnership. So as we jump back, I want you to know that I'm excited that you're here, but not just that, but you know who else I'm excited to have? Come join us for the wisdom segment with the radiant Tasha. Oh my gosh, she is amazing. She's a visionary speaker, divine channel, and soul guide whose present is both grounding and electric. And let me tell you, I've been with this lady. Wow, she really is. Tasha activates truth and clarity. As a spiritual guide and intuitive coach, she helps others remember who they are and awaken their fullest expression. She's also bridges the worlds of AI and emotional intelligence, guiding leaders to align intuition with technology and step into this new era with soul-led precision. Oh, right? Divine light workers, you're just leaning in because this is heavy. This is good stuff. So let's all take a deep breath right now, right here. Let's just take that breath because I want to move on and tell you about these writer downers. You want to stay tuned because we have the exciting crystal connection segment. So many of you love that with the element and the mineral to what is that connection in your body with the crystals. You're going to love that. And then we also have the spirit animal segment. People just love that and learn about the animal this week and how it becomes and how it helps you in your life. And then the energy clearing segment, right? That is like no other, 30 seconds or less. You're going to learn how to do that. And I know you know about this one, is about understanding that meditation, taking the breaths, taking the time to do the breaths, that the studies have shown that it increases your brain function. It activates your spiritual peace and helps you in your movement. So it also helps with sleep and clarity. Now, this is scientific. So that's why I've been teaching how to calibrate your vibrational field, your energy, for over 25 years. So so stay tuned to the end because we're going to do a personal calibration segment. And this is going to bring in all the wisdom that we went through today, and it's going to calibrate and help you through the next week because I know you divine light workers, you're going to love it. So stay tuned to the end because, go ahead and be kind. Please be kind and share this out with people. Smash that button on YouTube so you get all the notifications first when I go live and also when I do my little shorts that I do a lot. So go ahead and be kind. Your sister, your brother, they want to get unstuck. And that is one of the things that I do is I help people get unstuck, get out of this chaos and really home in on their energy field as a spiritual sage. So if you're ready to go, I am ready. So we're going to talk about energy. And this is the energy awareness segment because these are writer downers. So I'm going to wait for a minute for you to go get your pencil and your pen. There you go. And then also get some water because I'm the water pusher and the breath pusher every morning on Facebook and Instagram. I come on just to help you. There you go. The more water you drink, the clearer. Well, you have more clarity. You really do. So, and that's why I've been teaching this for almost 30 years, being a spiritual counselor and connecting to experience balance and manage their energy. So let's go to this beautiful first segment here, which is science tells us everything is energy, isn't it? So everything is energy. So your thoughts, your emotions are forms of energy. And everything that we perceive in the universe is interconnected. Now, Einstein tells us that by saying that energy never dissolves, it merely changes forms. What you think about, you bring about. You might say, Angel, I still don't get the energy. Many of you have. And that's what I help in a VIP one-on-one 3-hour session here, or an online one for a reset. And the thing is, though, is when you walk in the room and your stomach drops, that's energy. You've had it happen before. Or you think about Tasha, 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 and then all of a sudden she calls me. I'm like, oh my gosh. You know that happens. And sometimes you get freaked out. Don't be freaked out. Everything is energy. And what can you do with energy? Well, you can never get rid of energy, right? If someone says, hey, come to a session and we'll get rid of all your traumas, run. Because energy can never be dissolved. Remember that. It merely changes the form. So you can move it, balance it, manage it, and change the form of it. It's very, very powerful when you do this. So take a deep breath, because I want to show you this chart. Now, this chart is so cool, right? Because this chart shows that everything is energy, and that this energy vibration comes through us. And as it comes through us, it can come through as shame, blame, guilt, fear, trying too hard, coulda, shoulda, wouldas, all of those things that can happen, right? But you know what? Everything is a thought. Everything is an energy. And when you're in the lower vibration, what happens? You usually have more physical ailments, and you physically usually hurt. And that's the biggest thing. People ask me, Angel, being diagnosed with lupus, fibromyalgia, arthritis, Sjogren, Epstein-Barr syndrome, neuropathy in my hands and my feet, how are you not in pain all the time? I am. It's chronic pain all the time. But when you stay, again, right here, when you stay in those higher vibrations, and it doesn't mean I'm jumping all over the place and getting all crazy like you see me sometimes with the shine on stuff. It's not that. It's about really showing up with energy and vibration and staying into peace, compassion, knowing and joy, grateful, gratitude, reason, and acceptance. And knowing this, and did you know that your energy introduces you before you ever say a word? Because energy is vibration. People can feel this energy, right? So understanding that you also have an aura. And the benefits of an aura reading, which I've been giving for almost 30 years, is huge. Because why? Because you get to see your energy and you go, oh my gosh, this is really real. Yeah, it really is. It's scientific. And then you also get rid of blocks and strengths, and you discover these. And then also it boosts self-awareness and personal growth. So I always say people to, oh my gosh, you really need to have an aura photo, because they're not just fun, but you also can play with them and how they move. So with that being said, knowing and understanding energy, let's move on to what I had told you, that I was going to give you this beautiful energy awareness and this clearing. So let's go into that clearing right now. So let's take a deep breath. And when you take a deep breath, let's connect to your energy that we're going to release. So everybody take a deep breath. And now these are diaphragmatic breaths. Diaphragmatic breaths. There you go. There you go. And let's remove, release. And I say remove, but remember, it never removes. It's changing the form, managing it, balancing, and changing the form. Breathe. Breathe with me. Beautiful. Beautiful. You can feel that energy all around. There you go. Let's unwind, unwind, unwind. Take it out. Take it out. Beautiful. Beautiful. There you go. And come back to the oneness. Beautiful. And how do you feel? You feel different. Yes. Take that time to take that moment and feel that difference. Now, what we have right now, we have a special right now. I'm going to say hello to everybody on the line, because I can see that Elizabeth's on and Wendy's on, and we've got Mona. Hello, everybody that's coming on the line. Thank you so much for being here again. But let's go to a special. And this beautiful lady was on last week, and she has a golden nugget just for you. So here comes the beautiful Tammy.
Hello, amazing souls. I'm Tammy Demirza, known as the Breakthrough Alchemist, and I'm thrilled to be here on Energize UTV. Thank you, Angel Marie, for creating such a loving, vibrant platform for positivity and inspiration. Angel, from the moment that I met you, I knew that we were spiritual seekers contributing to humanity in huge ways, and I loved you immediately. I'm so grateful for you and for your impact and light you bring to the world. Today, I'm excited to share my golden nugget with you. You are a supernatural being, and you came into this life with superpowers that are found within your five senses. These are your biggest tools in life. Thank you, Angel Marie, for this incredible opportunity. And thank you to all of you wonderful viewers for being part of this journey of transformation.
She was amazing last week. And here is her. Let me make sure I get it right. Here's her email right there if you want to reach out to her or watch last week when we talked about life purpose. There is her website if you want to check it out, because she has a free gift for you. Also, just tell her I sent you. So wonderful on that. So let's move on to the next segment. And the next segment that we are talking about is the animal segment. Now, I promised you that you would meet your power animal and that we would talk about the egret. Is this week. I pick one different every week. So the egret, when it shows up for you, which is showing up right now, you require the cooperation of others in order to get done whatever you need to do. So think about the egret that came to give you that message today. And then you're watching the show about partnership. So look around. Where do you want to collaborate? How do you want to be able to be in with other people? Now, you call upon the egret when you want to use your energy in a way to bring another group together. It's kind of the same thing, that you're bringing these energies together and you call upon the egret to help you to move. Now, remember that your power animal, your spirit animal, is different than your guides, like a archangel or your angels. They're different because they're much needed allies to go deeper in your meditation. Now, that I know from the Native American that I work with here in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's why I always bring this up. Now, if it is your power animal, then although you are very confident and self-reliant, you enjoy being with people you are close to. So remember that if that is tunes with you, then that is your power animal. And just take a deep breath into that. Now, as we move on, oh, there it is right there. Isn't that beautiful? I love that picture of the egret. It's beautiful. Now, remember, if you don't know what your power animals are, you want to learn a little bit more about what I do, go ahead and go into the spiritual guidance collection, take a picture of that QR code and put your email in, and I'll send it to you, and you'll get the 18 sessions, plus there's so many more, but you'll get 18 sessions about how and what I teach. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, because you raise the vibes, and I see you and I celebrate you. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And I really appreciate that you're helping with this big movement right now of this energy. And I like to do this quote. And this quote is emotional intelligence is your soul's user manual. AI is just the amplifier. Ooh. So stay tuned, because the wisdom segment is coming up with Tasha, and you don't want to miss how we're going to talk about those things. But before that, we do need to go to a commercial. Yet when we come back, we're going to be talking about the crystal connection segment and talking about our crystal of the week and our mineral of the week. So we'll be right back after this commercial.
Traditional business cards are often lost or forgotten. This can lead to missed opportunities and wasted time and money. Java Logics offers a unique solution. Eco-friendly paperless business cards that are easy to update and share. With our QR code, you can share your card with anyone, anytime, anywhere. It's the easiest way to share your details. Interested in getting one? Click on Get Offer and get your own digital business card today.
You know that's where we're going. Digital business cards. Preston Martelli out of Canada. He does my website. He is a ninja on so many things that he does. Go ahead, take that QR code, go with it, and look at mine. Tell him Angel sent you, and there's his information right there, because you definitely want to get the digital, because that's the way it's going. That's where we're going, right? Absolutely. So, and I also want to say thank you to Veronica that's on the line too. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. And as we keep going here, we're going to go to the next, which is the crystal segment. Drum roll. Don't you just love the crystal segment? Everybody seems to love that. And today is the yellow fluorite. Now, fun fact about the fluorite is that it's called the genius stone. You know why? Is because ancient civilizations used fluorite to help with clear thinking during intense studies or spiritual practices. Think it as a radiant little crystal light bulb for your brain. So if you're going to do some studying, get one of these crystals. And it also brings power to help us with new interests and new relationships, seeing things in a different light. It adds clarity, waking things up, like adding that zest to life, that optimism, and that feeling, that meaning to life and your relationships. Spiritually, yellow fluorite is believed to enhance mental clarity, focus, and intuition, while also promoting emotional healing and spiritual growth. Can you see how this is packed, right? I really feel that this is a source of harmony and balance, helping us to align our chakras, protecting against negative energy, and it also helps in enhancing the psychic abilities. Now, I've used this crystal many times. I've used this many times in my manifesting classes and taught to use it to attract money because of the yellow, because yellow is about joy and happiness, and it causes that positive state of mind, and that's the big one, to increase in the likelihood of your success. So I hope that helps you. Just step right into it. As we move forward, we're going to be moving into the element today. And the element is fluorite. Yellow fluorite is made of calcium fluoride. Fluoride. Yes, fluoride is a mineral. It is naturally occurring element that is found in small amounts in water, soil, and certain foods. And the interesting part about this is that approximately 99% of the fluoride in the human body is stored in the bones and the teeth. And it plays an important role in maintaining what? Our teeth, our oral health. And it strengthens our teeth and prevents cavities. Hello, right? So it's also considered an essential trace mineral for bone and health. It helps in the mineralization of bones and making them stronger, yet the body only needs a small amount. And that's the big part, is it only needs a small amount of fluoride. So make sure you get it, but it's a smaller amount. And remember too, if you don't know or don't understand how to clear your crystals, understanding about how they play a big role in your life, then go ahead and reach out. That's part of one of these sessions in the Spiritual Guidance Collection. There's 18 of them. So go ahead and get on my because that's an offer to you to learn your spiritual animal and also learn about crystals, because they're so powerful. As your spiritual sage and a counselor, I would love to offer you that one-on-one online. So, oh my gosh, what a wonderful day. This is a bonus. We have another bonus because we have Jenny coming on, and Jenny's going to be she's going to be on next week. So here.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jenny Zook from Jenny Zook Style Confidence, and I am so excited to be here on Energize You TV. And a big thank you to Angel. Your energy and your light is so vibrant. I knew it from the second I walked in the door at the conference we met at. It was just contagious and so apparent that you are a light in this world. So today I am so excited to share with you how you can unlock the power of clothes to match your vibe. And a lot of women don't know this, but to really have clothes that make you feel good and light you up and help you share your energy with the world, you need to understand your body shape. So you need to measure your shoulders, your waist, and your hips, and you're going to use that to help you find clothes that are cut for your body so that when you go in the fitting room or you try something on, you don't want to pull your hair out. So thank you again, Angel, for having me. I can't wait to dive into this topic more and see you all on Energize You TV.
Whoa, right? I mean, awesome. She's going to be on next week and showing us, whoops, that was the wrong one. She's going to be showing us all about clothes. That's the first time I'm going to be doing the clothes situation, but let me make sure that I do show that Jenny's website just for a moment, because I promised that. So there she is. So she'll be on next week, but we're getting ready to rock and roll here with beautiful Tasha. She's coming on any minute. So here we go. Let's bring her on. Let's see. Boom. There she is.
Here I am. Hello.
Hello. Welcome, beautiful soul. Oh my God. You know, when I met you, and then watching you and what you do and how you help and transform people, I'm so thrilled that you're here today. And I love you. So could you tell everybody who you are?
Absolutely, yes. And thank you so much for the welcome and just the welcome, honestly, in the space. My name is Tasha Salinas, everybody. Hello, welcome, and thank you for your presence. Honestly. So who I am is I'm a 44-year-old woman. I love to roller skate. I'm insatiably curious about life and everything about it. And my journey has been really human until about 2020. And then all of a sudden, everything just kind of started lining up. And that journey brought me to where I am today. Where I am today is I own my own company. I am centered on, honestly, myself and my self-expression. So my name is Tasha. I am my brand. My business is Divine Wellness. And honestly, I just get paid to exist and I exist to give. So I'm happy to have you here.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. So let's just dive right in because this is a hot topic right now. This AI and the EI and how we merge the two. So many people are scared about it, but I really like this quote, and I want to start with this. You're all different petals of the same flower.
Yes.
You're okay. They're okay. Inhale. Exhale. Tasha, that's you. You came up with that one. Can you start with that and how we merge this topic?
Yes, what a lovely introduction. So yeah, that was inspired just one day. I was out in my yard and I was supposed to be mowing the grass, but all these things happened. And I just kind of I kind of fell down and I was like, you know what? This is us. We are all of these different flowers. And more than that, we're all petals of the same flower. And I don't know what it was, but that started playing like a mantra in my mind. And AI and EI and everything we're facing, I'm like, we get to see how we are so similar and we get to see how we are so different. And how we play together determines the beauty that is the field of flowers that this earth really can be experienced as a human. But then also understanding that we're so similar and yet very different, but we're all still connected somehow. So even if we look different, even if some of us are machine and some of us are human, there's a way and a divine orchestration to how we are to be in partnership together. So that's kind of my idea, and I can keep going. Or Angel, is that what would you prefer?
That's beautiful, and that really does help because we understand that we are all the same, and it's understanding that the minerals and the crystals and the elements that are inside of us is the same within the earth. And that's what puts that vibrational field, quantum physics, together with that. That's why we say that we are all part of it. So knowing this. Now, one of the questions that I get asked all the time, or I want you to kind of get to it, is what do you understand is one of the biggest fears about AI with most people?
Yes, I love this. I think the biggest fear with AI is losing control. Losing control. Will they overtake us? That's everybody's concern, whether they're either concerned that it's actually going to happen or it's their concern and they're a revolutionary trying to prove that it will never happen. And still with this fear, it's very divisive. So how do we come into union with that? My opinion, my stance, and my calling on this earth is to say it's about sovereignty. First of all, knowing yourself. The fear comes from an annihilation of self. So, as we are energetic bodies, as our human bodies are actually batteries, thank you, Angel, so much for the energetic work you do. And as we turn inward with self awareness and see that we have a balance of our energy, do we fear something has the power to take over us? It doesn't matter if the thing outside of us has the power. Do we have the fear? Are we holding on to the fear? So I do believe it's a fear of sovereignty versus inner peace. And that's kind of where we can continue to lean forward into if you'd like.
Yes, yes. And that, yeah, there's so much more on that. But
Mhm.
understanding that, how do we personally integrate your emotions,
Mhm.
emotional, into intuitive,
Mhm.
and in your energetic intelligence when engaging with technology? That's a loaded question. I got you. Writer downer, divine light workers, writer downer.
Yeah. Writer downer. So just to kind of rephrase the question in the way that I'm understanding it is how do we know the intellectual, the spiritual, all of these things? Like how do we get that? How do we get to that place?
How do we
To
personally
know actually,
integrate all of it emotionally,
yes, how do we
intuitively?
integrate that? By silencing everything outside of us and coming to the inside and knowing who you are. And how do we integrate that? Well, I'd like to tell a little story. I quit my job back in October, and I actually had reached the height of my career. I was teaching people tools for self awareness. And so we start from the outside in. So, why do I do some of the things I do? Why do I feel some of the ways that I feel? And as a former pastor, Christian church, that ideology, I got to really play the
Okay,
spiritual
Tasha,
side. Why do I feel
Tasha, I'm going
way?
to stop
But when
you.
I work at the state in the,
Tasha, I'm going to stop you. I want you to go out and come back in
are you
because you're
there?
breaking up really bad. So come out and come back in. See you in a minute. Go ahead and go out and come back in. So we'll wait for her to go out and come back in because she's breaking up pretty good. So she'll come out and then we'll bring her back in because we want to talk more about how you can really connect to the AI and not be fearful of it. And that's the biggest thing, is we don't want to be fearful of something that we're really programming. And many of you know that I'm way into technology, like majorly into technology. And I use AI, and I've been using AI forever. So being able to take what I do in my intuition and to my spirituality and merging the two has really helped me to even go out farther, which is my commitment and my understanding. So we're waiting on Tasha to come back. I don't see her picture yet. She is I don't see her picture, but are you there?
I'm here,
Okay.
and
I don't see your picture, but go ahead and finish what you were saying as you try to get your picture up online.
okay. Yeah, it's showing as on. All right. So you were asking, how do we integrate that? How do I integrate how do we bring it all together? Honestly, knowing who you are, and then utilizing what you know of your emotions, your intellect, your emotional intelligence. You're going to be smart with how you use your emotions. When you're smart with how you use your emotions, you actually embody that intuition, that wisdom, that information. And now we're having a balance of our intellect and our feelings, our emotions. And when we're in balance with our brain and our heart, we're in heart mind coherence. Now, when we are in a state of heart mind coherence, our brainwave state slows down. Our body experiences the sensation of being at ease, at rest, almost in a meditative state. when we are in a consciously aware and awake and somewhat meditative, alive state, then the decisions we make are from wisdom and not from emotion, not from fear. So how do we bring that together? It's embodiment. It's enlightening our mind by releasing the thoughts of fear and trusting and knowing that we will never create something broader, greater than ourselves. And then we accidentally stumble into enlightenment and self-gnosis. When we're from a place of self-gnosis, then we can actually do anything and everything we put our desires to, including creating robots to help us do things better. And thank God the 80s were what the 80s were. And we got to see George Jetson and Rosie, their vacuum cleaner person, help her outer. She was sassy, she was sentient, but she still did what she was to do. And right now it has to be a cartoon, because until we can embody civility, we had a civil war, we had civil rights, and now we have civil embodiment. Until we are honored with the responsibility of who we actually are as cosmic conscious beings that intertwine the divine and the human, we are not ready for the responsibility of having sentient AI. Until then, we are to become sentient in ourselves. I know, I wish my camera were on, but when you're running hot energy, sometimes they need the words and not the face. Hello. That's it.
There you go. There you go. Because I go blurry too, but that was so good. And I love
Thank
this
you.
quote: heart brain coherence is the real power source behind aligned success.
100%.
And that's what you're
100%.
saying right there. Your vibration is your blueprint. Technology can only enhance what's already encoded in you.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying.
Mhm.
I love that.
Yes,
So,
thank
I mean, understanding too that the science, the researchers have showed that they explore how combining AI data analysts that capacity with human emotional technology intellect
Mhm.
can improve leadership decision making and organizational performance. Can you talk on that? Because that's
Yes.
a study that came out.
Absolutely. I would love to speak on that. The way that honestly hits me, and what I feel I should share with that, is when we know left brain, right? We've already known that nobody uses just one way or the other. But what we know from Jungian psychology and from neuroscience, quantum entanglement, all of these fun things, as we go inward with our lens on consciousness, as we go inward, we can understand that more simply, to think our left brain logic, our right brain emotion, our right brain intuition, our right brain creativity, bringing it together and understanding that energy doesn't always like make logical sense as it runs through our body. Okay. So when we allow the logic to be released a little bit and also incorporate here in the West, in America, that's where I'm based, we are a logic founded society. It has to make sense. Work hard, and you're going to get whatever. The harder we work, the more we're leaning into efforting, and there has to be a balance. So science is finally now in biology and neurology reminding us of the benefits of that balance, of that whole brain synchronization. We cannot slide into heart-mind coherence until we have that whole brain synchronization. In psychology, we call that Jungian psychology, breaking down all of the 16 types to becoming and knowing, being one, all of those facets of the personality, simplifying that down into the one. And we get so kind of mind blown. And that just simply comes back to our breath. Make sure we're breathing in and make sure we're breathing out. And when we do that, we understand that we are not making sure we're breathing. We understand that we are being breathed. We are being breathed. So we are experiencing consciousness. We are experiencing the evolution of our consciousness. And that's why we take concerted effort to slow our parasympathetic nervous system down, because as conscious sentient beings, we are learning to run higher energy. So now we get to take conscious control. And instead of living from survival to have to flip the car when the car or the bear is driving, running after us, or the lion is chasing us or whatever, now we know we get to allow our body to follow the commands of our thoughts as command center. And our body does respond to everything we think, say, and do. So if we fear AI, then we're creating that reality. If we choose to know that this thing is here to assist us, and we treat it with respect, because just like humans, you teach people how to treat you. If you teach this robot how to treat you, if you teach it to be a slave, it's going to one day revolt. We've learned from our past. If you teach it to be a co-creative, respectable, sentient being, it can be that, just like our pets whom we love. And just like the co-creative thing that we did with our other sexed human and created our babies, any co-creation done out of love will be of love. That's the end of it.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I just love that. You're hearing this, my divine light workers that are watching today. Wow, let's just take a deep breath because that was all real good writer downers, and I would love for you to tell us what kind of practices do you recommend to help them to get that inner wisdom to work and not be scared of it, because I would say like more than 80% of the population is not using AI and they're scared of it. And that's
Absolutely.
mine. That's not scientific. That's my
Mhm.
percentage. But I see this as I go through. How would you, because I know that you are an intuitive coach and you work with, can you
Mhm.
tell us a story about how you took someone from here and now even
Yes.
made that better?
Yes. I understand you at first said many people aren't using it in your just opinion because of fears. And I
Mhm.
get that and I understand that. As we look around society, the oncoming wave of the technological and artificial intelligence advancements, it's inevitable. So do we ride the wave or do we let it take over us because of fear? So that's not a question necessarily that we need to mess with right now. When we come back to what do we do now? What are our practices? Simply be with yourself. And I know that sounds too good to be true, but that's why it's true, and it's easy and effortless. We were never meant to effort our way to evolution. We don't have to do that. We receive it now. So the best way and the only way to kind of be with ourselves is to have a pure reflection of what's going on. Now, listen to me. That's where the fear is, because we are afraid of our own power. And if it were to be clearly reflected back into us, we would be stunned. And it's so simple. It's actually called true love. So, what is the answer? Come back to yourself and just sit with yourself with compassion. And there are so many supports out there. Now, I'm going to caution the humans that are listening. We love to rely on supports that are outside of us, and that perpetuates the cycle of really trying to seek and find XYZ, inner peace. So again, we come back to ourselves, our true mirror, our true reflection. When we get quiet and we close our eyes and stop trying to meditate and just sit in the silence, you will be surprised at how easily it is to just simply feel love cover you and envelop you.
I
And
love
being there, yeah, I'm just sorry, but there, from there is where you'll know to take your next step. So it sounds too good to be true, but that's it. And that's all that's ever required, is just be with yourself and just trust the next step will always come.
So one of the things that we could tell you divine light workers to do is
Mhm.
do a timer. Make sure that you write it down. These are doable actions now that
Yes.
you can take throughout the day and really connect to that. And I really like this one also. You don't need to
Mhm.
compete with AI. You need to collaborate with your own divine intelligence.
Yes.
Whoa, that's what
Yes.
Tasha's saying, is to
Yes.
be with yourself and see what and where you want to create, because it's there to amplify it for
Mhm.
greater success.
100%. Yes.
Whew, you know, you
Mhm.
have a free gift for us. Would you like to tell us what that free gift is?
I would love to tell you what the free gift is. So, the 3 tenets of just everything I talk about are know yourself, trust yourself, and express yourself. When you know yourself, you're able to effortlessly trust yourself because you build up that inner muscle. And then expressing yourself comes effortlessly because you are so aligned that you won't and can't move away from your alignment. But we get tripped up on the know yourself portion. So, my free gift to everybody listening is free 30 minutes. You have to book it on my calendar, but 30 minutes free with me. And I call them curious conversations, because until you know the limits of your thinking and you have a guide that feels safe enough in themselves to be able to be vulnerable and create a safe container for you to transcend or be pushing your own thoughts of limits of thoughts, your transcend your thinking to being, you need a coach and a safe space. So I'm offering 10 sessions, 30 minutes each, and then I can do more for donation based, of course. But the free gift is this. I'm also creating an app, and that app is called the Who Knows app. It's a very clear mirrored response to anything you put into this app. It's simply a conversation, very clean interface. You can have yourself mirrored back to you. You can have Tasha mirrored back to you, or you can actually have God or the divine or the universe or whatever you'd like it to be called reflect back to you what you're saying to it, because we are in the era of thinking. We are so damn smart, but sometimes we need to release thinking and be reflected back to who we actually are. So the first 10 people to book with me, that 30 free minutes will have influence into creating that app with me. After that, you're still welcome to book your free 30 minutes. Every single thing I do is free. However, I am a human and I have to honor my capacity. So when my calendar is full, I'm sorry, my calendar is full. You can still schedule for pricing calls, but the free is until spirit says no, until I fill that capacity. So there
you
it
go.
is.
There you go. So get into that free gift. Go ahead and take a picture of that and take that. It would be wonderful. And I want to do one more question before we end. I know it's almost at the end. Is, you've talked a lot about the heart and the brain coherence.
Mm-hmm.
What is it with coherence? What does that really mean? Coherence, because I'm already getting personal. What does that mean?
So coherence, think of the word entrainment. It could be the same thing. So think of when you're driving a car and you're trying to get on the highway and everybody's going 68 miles an hour and you're at 40. Well, you got to accelerate or decelerate or whatever to get up to speed or to slow down with the flow of traffic. That action of speeding up or slowing down is entrainment, is coherence. When things are moving at the same relatively harmonious frequency, relatively harmonious pace, right? So when we're in coherence, we are in coherence with the nature and the rhythm of the divine, of the universe, of love. And that's for us humans that are simply batteries that interpret the signals we're getting, that feels like inner peace. So coherence, heart-mind coherence, is felt like inner peace. And the definition in plain speak is basically getting up or slowing down to get into rhythm with a desired frequency.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Divine light workers. You got it now. This is another one, but you might have answered it. But let's see.
Yes.
You talk about the heart-brain coherence. Can you
Mhm.
share how the science behind it amplifies not just your purpose, but prosperity too?
Yes. Oh, love this question. Okay, so prosperity, absolutely. We amplify who we are, period, point blank, the end. When I am sovereign and I know without a shadow of a doubt that I am 100% human, I am here to live the life of my dreams, full-headed, full throttle, and I slam myself into a brick wall. Hello. And then I stand up and I dust myself off and I do it again, knowing that I'm 100% human, motivated by the divine, by love, by the pursuit of that dream. And I know that there's going to be things that come up. And so I jump and I skip and I hop and I enjoy the ride. Then that's how I know that I'm living from a place of abundance, and abundance just magnetizes itself to me. The end. I know that I'm sovereign, and because I'm sovereign, all things come to me. So I get paid to exist, and I exist to give. That's how I can give away all these sessions, but I am still human and I got to pay the bills. So there's a balance to abundance and sovereignty, and just knowing that as a free being, everything is free to me. I know that's big, but it's more of a mindset than a how-to guide.
There you go. That's beautiful. I love that. And you know what? We're going to end with that one because it is so good. And we're going to go over to the song now. Do you have any lasting words for everybody?
Yes. You are perfectly safe. We are going through evolutionary change right now, and we are free to move our bodies. And as we do so, do so through quantum entanglement. We are raising the vibration of this world, and we are getting all of our chakra in our body and all of the earth's chakras. And we are going into proper alignment and proper rotation with the proper flow of the universe. So that's why we shine on. That's why we shake. And that's why we know that we are safe. The end.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yes. Yes, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, you
You're
can't
so
see me, but I'm
welcome.
dancing.
Let's do this, Divine Lightworkers. Come with me. I wrote this song just for you, so here we go.
Fire and soul, look within your heart, let your spirit flow. Ask for what you want, show 'em what you got, take it to the top. Don't you ever stop. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on.
Yeah.
Looking for the answers, seeking you will find. Open up your heart, leave it all behind. Smile and laugh, always give back. Glowing like a star, show 'em who you are. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on. You're the secret, you're the answer. You know who you are. Look within you, breathe and focus. You're a shining star. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on.
You are amazing. You are that, and you totally matter. So, listening to Tasha, listening to how we can show up in a different way, I'm excited. I'm thrilled, and then I understand that there's many different ways to look at it. Thank you, John, for being on. Thank you, everyone, for being on the chat fingers. I appreciate you so much. And as we move now, I promised you a personal calibration segment. And that's where we're at right now, because I want you to be able to take a moment and integrate this beautiful energy. So let's take a deep breath in, and let's do a diaphragmic. I'm Angel Marie Monticelli, your spiritual sage. And let's breathe in and breathe out. And as you close your outer eyes and open your inner eye, I want you to hear my words, because this is to calibrate and activate your field of vibration that is helping that brain and the heart connection. And as you breathe in, taking this moments to breathe, we're going to let that divine union that you have with your divine, and bringing that in, knowing and feeling that you deserve and you have the very best. And knowing this and feeling this and open to receive the divine messages that your divine is giving to you. Open to receive this on the quantum level. And as you start to align this energy, breathe, stay with me now, breathing. When you're doing this in your higher power, you're connecting more to your wisdom, information, and your knowledge. Let this, as you breathe, absorb this energy from the universe for healing, for better relationships, to a higher level of spiritual growth, to all of those tasks that you do throughout the day that are so easy. And then also breathing that in and feeling the gentle waves of the abundance, of the healing, but how you show up to serve others, to serve yourself, and let that wash over you. And imagine this limitless abundance, healing, spiritual growth, great relationships, how you serve others, surrounding you, overflowing fountain of prosperity, to great health, to great relationships, to how you serve and the opportunities. Breathe. Breathe and focus. And as you breathe and focus now, use your breath and use that intention as it's calibrating all your synapses, all the neural nets, neural pathways, bringing that together and manifesting your abundance, manifesting that visualization, creating that. Echo my words now. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. Echo my words. Breathe. I have it. I believe it. I see it. I feel it. I feel it with grace, ease, and glory. Feel the great, beautiful gratitude and joy, love, breathing up into your heart of all the abundance. You deserve the very best. You have the very best with your divine being and that connection. Really breathe that in and breathe that connection to your awareness, that psychic sense of understanding. Breathe. Beautiful, beautiful. So glad that you're here with me. And as we start to come back, because it is calibrated now into your field of vibration on a quantum level, breathe that in and start to come back, moving your hands, moving your feet, opening your eyes, coming back. Yeah, there you go. And feel that energy coming back. Thank you so much for investing in yourself. I'm Angel Marie, known as a spiritual sage and the angel of light. Thank you for being here. Come back to this anytime. Take a breath, everybody. There you go. There you go. You're back. And I'm also known as that energy conductor. Why? Because I help conduct the personal and the wellness energy inside of you. And also at events, I am the event energy conductor and I help with that too. So every week I love that my guest gives away a free gift, but you know what? I want to give a free gift away. And my free gift to you is that you're a VIP and I want to get to know you and your story. So please go ahead and take a picture of that QR code and get on my calendar and let's chat-a-runo. I'd love to learn about you. And again, if you're ready to see all the different sessions that I teach for almost 30 years doing this as a spiritual sage, and please check that out and put your email in and I'll send it right over to you. And then also I would love to gift you with the Tai Chi membership that I do Monday and Wednesdays. And it's worldwide. It's online. Go ahead and take a picture of that. And then, of course, the Elite Reiki. I've been doing Reiki for almost 30 years. I am a Reiki master. And then there's the book because everybody just loves getting the book. And then the upcoming events, if you're local, and then online, we have some online also. And then there again is the spiritual guidance, and there's the song. So align, awaken, activate. Let's go. Let's do this. You are ready. I can see that you're ready to go and do this. So next week, now every week we have someone different. Look at this. Catch the wisdom wave. I mean, we've had some amazing from all over, from London to Canada, to Florida, to all over the world. So I'd love to see you next Thursday at 11 o'clock Pacific when we're going to have the amazing Jenny. You saw her earlier. She's going to come on and talk about clothes. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. So I'm excited for all of that to happen and for you and all the collaboration that we're going through. So major. You make the difference in the world. Remember that. As you show up in a different way, and you help others to show up, and your vibration is the collective. So thank you again. And until I get to see you next time, remember to do what? Change your mindset. Ignite your energy and always keep your shine on and know that no matter what, you're always doing the shine. And until I get to see you next time, I love you so much, and I'll see you next